All right, we have to have a serious conversation about what's going on in Los Angeles and California in general.
And if a driver's going 11 miles over the limit, 11 miles per hour over the limit, the system captures an image and license plate, and the citation is sent out by mail.
We'll give you some food.
He's been documenting his experience, showing the plight of people like this woman.
In 2023, they charged $1.3 million.
Every year, the governor of California proclaims Cesar Chavez Day. It's in statute. My party needs to be more ruthless about winning.
I feel like our priorities are not in the right place. And I'm going to start with showing you this news article I just saw. And it's about adding speed cameras in Los Angeles. Like, comment, subscribe.
Similar programs have recently been rolled out in San Francisco and Oakland, and city leaders here say these cameras are still months away from being installed, but this means drivers on city streets could see a new type of enforcement. So let's show you what those speed cameras look like. The city now planning on installing up to 125 of these by late summer or fall. They're small, fixed devices mounted on poles or traffic signals, and if a driver's going 11 miles over the limit, 11 miles per hour over the limit, the system captures an image and license plate, and the citation is sent out by mail. City officials say this is about safety first. Last year, nearly 300.
Now that's where you got me fucked up. You said this is about safety first. You want to give people tickets and you claim it's because you want safety first? So I can just go out, right? I can just go out, I can drive, I can get to my destination, I can think everything fine, and then all of a sudden in the mail, I get a ticket. And that's supposed to help safety how? If I'm driving recklessly, I'm going to already crash. Right? Listen to this. If I go through one speed trap in a day, and then I come back, I get hit with 2 tickets. How did I learn my lesson? Oh, wait. I gotta wait till the mail to learn my lesson. I already hit a pedestrian. I already ran my car into a pole. I already hit a building. I already ran over a kid. You're not helping nobody by giving people tickets, bro. You know the point of pulling somebody over is so that they can feel the heat of law enforcement on them. It makes them think, damn, I'm not gonna do that. If somebody's speeding and you pull them over, they can be like, damn, let me stop tripping. Let me just calm down. Let me drive normally. Where was that cop at? He was at this corner and this corner. Okay, cool. Let me just make sure I know it's hot over here. Cops like to chill over here. But if I just get a random ass mail that says I was speeding in XYZ location, I'm not going to learn my lesson. But you know that they're not going to learn their lessons. So this is not about safety. It's about money. In the place that gets so much money, you know how high our taxes are? You know how much it costs to live here? Do you know how much money the California and the Los Angeles government make? What do they do with it? They don't do nothing with it. They've been overtaxing people for... That's why we have a mass exodus. That's why people keep leaving, because you keep charging people. You keep... Where's the money going? Where is our money? You know what? You know where our money is going? You know where our money is going? It's going here. This is where it's going.
Shirley, I know, but you a trouble man.
How are we making trouble? You're causing trouble.
Let me call 911.
We just want to know where the children are.
No, I'm calling
Where they at?
911.
For what?
To you.
For what?
You come my house.
We haven't done
I
anything.
don't know.
The problem with these daycares is that they receive money through a program called CalWorks, but as you see, there are no children actually there. These fraudsters are simply enrolling children on paper to receive government subsidies, even after the state visits these daycares and confirms there are no children actually there.
You're giving all of this money to these frauds, bro. All the money is going to the frauds, and then you want to come back, double back, pack my pockets. No, bro. No. We got fraud problems, and you want to take more money from the taxpayers? You want to take my money while you're giving it to people who fraud. And okay. All right. Okay. All right. We got fraudsters. All right. What other fraud we got?
The government and the state continue to give these daycares money. Now let's go to another daycare. Once again, we have another daycare, but this daycare is right here inside of this home. And let's see if there's any children here. They do say they have 7 enrolled. The state has said that there is 0 when they arrive. Is this Habubu Family Child Care? Yeah, we were wondering if we could enroll a child into the daycare here.
We know you need to get up from here because there is trespassing. You see the sign we have trespassing?
And can I speak with somebody on the sidewalk? We'd just like to speak with somebody. Yes, sir.
Hide the sign, please.
Yes, we're right here. Can we talk to you really quick, sir?
Talk to you. Fuck you. What are you
Can I come and talk to you, please? All right, so right now the current situation is we have some people yelling through the Ring doorbell cam. A man came out, started yelling, and then we also have this car recording us as well. But we just want to ask for some clarification for the American people.
4 different visits. The state inspectors have shown up. There's kids enrolled anywhere from 7 kids and up. And every single time the state has showed up, 0.
0 children.
That's the state of California.
We're just asking for some.
So you showed up, right? You showed up and there were no kids here, yet you still give them funding. And you want to tap my pockets. What? No.
Clarification. They won't even answer any of our questions.
So essentially, a house just like this is receiving money from government subsidies without actually running a daycare. Meanwhile, they get money from the government as they run their fake daycares. And now let's go to another one that's even more concerning, as kids are left all alone. Now we're at the Jama Shukri Family Childcare. This place is not a shopping plaza. It's not anywhere near any place that looks like a place where a daycare would be. In fact, it's actually in one of these apartments right here. So they're able to have daycares inside apartment buildings?
Yes. So I've come across many of these. Some of these are on the third story of an apartment complex. It's only 1 bedroom, and yet the capacity is for 8 kids.
We just arrived at the daycare. We have 2 kids out here. I don't know if they're members of the daycare. There's no oversight right here. Can we talk to your teacher? Is your teacher there? So this is the first child we've ever encountered at one of these daycares. There's 2 kids out here right now, and we're gonna see if we can talk to the
Licensee. It is, according to this paperwork, Shukri Jama.
Can we talk to the adult?
He is not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
So you guys all by yourself?
Yeah.
You giving these people money and they leaving these kids unattended? And you patting my pockets?
Look at the door.
No one's here.
No one is not here.
Okay, so you guys are all by yourself?
Okay. I can see by myself.
Yeah, okay, that's concerning. No one's watching those children, and they're all by themselves.
My heart is breaking right now. I can't.
So let's go see if we can find Guardian of Angels. This place is just filled with hospice centers and home health care centers. You have one right here, 7-star home.
How do you even have so many home health centers, hospice centers, palliative care centers in one spot? Like, isn't 2 in one plaza too many? What the fuck?
Home health care. And then up here, you have Miracle Healing Hospice. So this hospice location, Miracle Healing Hospice, in 2023, they charged $1.3 million, and per beneficiary, it was $32,000.
So that's 1.3 M's you could have taken and added to the government. That's LA money right there. LA, where the money at? It's right there. And you gonna pat my pockets in the name of public safety. You don't care about public safety when it comes to these people that are being frauded. These are real people. Who are these beneficiaries? Those are real people who have no involvement with this business. And you gonna pat my pockets? Crazy.
for 38 beneficiaries. Per beneficiary, that comes out to $32,000, $935. Let's see if Grandma can check herself into this one.
No, you know what we're gonna see? We're gonna see what else is really going on in LA because we've had enough, guys. We've had enough. Okay, what else is going on? This.
Now, for growing concern today over how the city of Los Angeles is tackling homelessness as people are found to be living in.
Why is she crawling out the hole, bruh? Why is she crawling out the fucking manhole? Why? Why does she live in a doghouse?
City storm drains near the 110 freeway. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm Samantha Cortese.
And I'm John Finolio. Residents who live in South LA say they are frustrated and concerned about the conditions.
KTLA's Rachel Menitoff spoke with a group documenting the needs of those who live there. She joins us live from downtown LA with more. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Sam. Hi, John. Good afternoon to you both. We also reached out to the city, the mayor's office, the local council member's office. We haven't yet heard back, but people in the area tell us conditions are so bad, even dangerous at times, and they're begging the city for a meaningful intervention.
I mean, these are human beings. You can't come and blame on them.
Juan Naula started Clean LA with me as a solo operation to improve Los Angeles streets and reach out to its ever-growing homeless population.
This has to get a fix a long term, not just a couple of weeks. Because I've seen so many places that the city come clean, not even 2 hours. Same.
Exactly, because they use your money. They put a Band-Aid that literally only lasts a couple hours, and then it's just back to the same shit. But hey, we tried. We used your government monies, all of your taxpayer money. You see what we didn't do shit?
Same. We'll give you some food.
He's been documenting his experience, showing the plight of people like this woman who's taken up residence inside a sewer off the 110.
You got this lady literally sitting in a damn sewer next to Georgie and Pennywise. She in the same spot with Pennywise. She got a doghouse outside, bro. And you gon' pat my pockets talking about public safety? She not safe. She not safe. She ain't safe at all. It's pissing me off. We need to do something about that. You need to take this fraud money and help the people and stop patting my pockets. That's what you need to do. Stop taxing your citizens. Get the fraud people up out of here. Help the homeless. Gavin Newsom.
And freeway in the Broadway Manchester neighborhood. It's a 10-foot space filled with trash, no running water, and is completely unsanitary. Clearly distressed and dealing with mental illness. She told us she doesn't know.
Heartbreaking. That's so heartbreaking. This lady got so much shit going on, and she just on the street. And you want to act like you care about public safety. You know what Gavin Newsom really care about? This is what he care about.
Democrats are constantly trying to be right. The other side is ruthless. And with respect, my party needs to be more ruthless about winning, because if we don't win back the House of Representatives, we may not have a fair and free election in 2028. And I read.
You see that? That's all he care about. That's all they care about.
My party needs to be more ruthless about winning, because if we don't win back the House of Representatives, we may not have a fair and free election.
That's all he care about, is winning. He don't care about the people. He don't care about citizens. He just cares about winning. And he's losing. You think you about to be president in 2028? Hell no. Hell no. This is how people feel about you, Gavin.
Comedy gold. I tell her every morning when we walk in.
You know what? He could be there.
Got to get your thoughts on this. This is just going insanely viral. Gavin Newsom being roasted online for bizarrely comparing himself to the American Psycho character Patrick Bateman in this X post. We're going to show it to you now. At least there.
You know what's crazy about this? This is valid. Honestly, I do believe Gavin Newsom low-key is like Patrick Bateman. They're both fucking psychotic. You voted for Gavin Newsom because you think what he You just an outstanding citizen or something? No. Deep down in his head, he don't think. Deep down in his mind, he's a psychopath. This is a Freudian slip. He's a real psychopath.
There it is. Now, why did Newsom do this? Well, he did this. He's trying to troll President Trump, who posted a similar photo back in February 2024. So he's only about 2 years late on this comparison, comparing himself to Elvis. Now, the difference, Joe, is that unlike Elvis, I should say, Patrick Bateman.
Wait. So Trump gonna compare himself to Elvis, which is already bad because he stole black culture, had relations with underage girls. That's already bad. But you took it a step further and said, I'm like a psychopathic serial killer? Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
He's a serial killer, rapist, and cannibal. What is Gavin thinking here?
He's not
thinking. I don't know what Gavin's thinking here. I think it's not Gavin, Todd, Carly. I think it's Gavin's, press team. Probably a bunch of Gen Zers, I would imagine, that are hired to create this stuff. So you put out a photo 2 years after one that no one remembers putting out. But I guess since Trump was visiting Graceland, then the thought came to mind that, oh yeah, Trump did this with Elvis, so I'll do this with Patrick Bateman. Christian Bale was great in that movie. You'll never listen to Phil Collins or Genesis ever the same again. But at the same time, throughout the movie, he is literally slashing women to death. That's not the comparison that you want. And I think in the end, I said this on the Big Weekend show a week or two ago, and I told Jesse Waters as well, that Gavin Newsom will not be the Democratic nominee in 2028 because he just is trying too darn hard. There's too much of them, and he's like anchovies. The more you have of anchovies, the less you want of them. The more we're getting of Gavin Newsom and the more we're getting to know him and hear from him, the less you want to hear from him, much like Kamala Harris. So I think...
Ooh, man. I couldn't have said it better myself, brother. And this is why it's so interesting. Like, so you wanna tax us more by giving us tickets, acting like you care about us. You have all this rampant fraud going on everywhere, right? You got homeless people living in the damn sewer, right? What are you doing? Oh, you're too busy trying to cancel Cesar Chavez. What is wrong with you?
Every year, the governor of California proclaims Cesar Chavez Day. It's in the statute. And how many days I've marched, how many times I've been with students, talking about the movement, and how many photographs I have in my house of Bobby Kennedy and Cesar Chavez. Woke up this morning, it was right there. And so it's been hard to absorb this. Jen and I are very close with Dolores. So many of us are, but very close. Have been for.
How convenient that you're so close. That is awesome. So you're pretty much telling me if you had an agenda and you need Dolores to help you with that agenda, then she will do what you said. Okay. Thank you for that piece of information, Gavin.
Decades and decades, and none of us knew. I think all of us are processing it. And just these kids have to process it now. I mean, I think there's, Brooks, I don't know, 36 schools in the state are named after Cesar Chavez. I don't know, community in the country. I traveled to 14 states.
Which is crazy because he's a hero. He's a legend. He did so much. But guess what? You and your friends were able to cancel him in 2 days.
This last few weeks, I think I was, in 14 Cesar Chavez streets in every part of this country.
And then he realized, you know what we got to do? We got to get this guy up out of here.
So we're just going to have to reflect on all of that and, reflect on a farm workers movement and a labor movement that was much bigger than one man and celebrate that. It's about the movement. It's about farm workers.
It's about Gavin Newsom is full of shit. Okay? So California has a lot going on. Los Angeles has a lot going on. We haven't even gotten into Karen Bass. We just haven't even gotten there because we're too busy talking about this guy. A lot is going to need to happen for Los Angeles and California to Wake up and get out of this Democratic bubble. It's just bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors. They lie to you over here and then they do their real agenda over here. You sat in my face and told me you put speed traps for public safety. How am I supposed to learn my lesson when I got a ticket a week later? You got fraud happening, millions of dollars per business. And you gonna tax my pockets? I don't even know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know, I really feel like I need to do a more deep dive on all the things that are really going on so that we can make sense of it ourselves to get rid of this problem. We need to demystify ourselves of the smoke and mirrors that they set in front of us. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm up out of here.